Well, congratulations are in order because season 7, episode 1 is reported to be the highest rated season premiere of Sistas. And if these numbers are accurate, because I'm looking at Wikipedia and TVSeriesFinale.com at every single rating, score for each episode, this is also the most watched episode of Sistas ever at 1.24 million, which is insane. Season 1, and I'm only talking about the premieres here. Season 1 was 0.89. Season 2 was the only other season to get a million. 1.02 million viewers. Season 3 was a 0.96 or 960,000. Season 4, 0.94. Season 5, 0.91. Season 6, 0.98. But Season 7 last week, 1.24 million. So I've tried to triple source check these numbers, but I couldn't find it. But these numbers do seem to be reliable based off the people who did reveal it. But just again, congrats are in order for Sistas hitting such a crazy milestone. Now, I'm not trying to downplay this. But I do feel like these numbers were a direct result of the hype that was built up because BET, the writers, the cast, they went into overdrive promoting. I mean, there were cast members who don't usually post on social media, like Ebony Obsidian, making posts about, hey, tune in Wednesday night, we got a new season coming up. So that just kind of told me, oh snap, they aren't, wasting any time. They are going all out to promote this new season, which is why sadly season 6 felt like it was kicked to the wayside, where it's like, don't worry about season 6. We're going into a whole new vibe, a whole new look, new writers, new everything. This show is about to turn up. And it paid off. Now, regardless as to how you feel about the episode, the numbers are stellar. However, it's a shame because there were so many other episodes from previous seasons that I feel deserve numbers like this and more. But this is the episode that gets the high ratings because I'm afraid that the season starts off with ratings this high, but as the season continues, it might drop off. I'm very afraid of that. And look, I'm not trying to be negative. I'm trying to be realistic here. I'm not trying to be negative because you know me, I'm all for giving these writers a new shot. These new writers a shot. I want this season, this show to succeed, even without Tyler Perry at the pen. It's just that with so many people complaining online about this episode, the time will tell. I give it between weeks 2 and 5. So basically January 10th, 17th, 24th, and 31st. I want to see what the ratings look like over the course of 5 episodes to really see if the people are rocking with this new season. If they're going to try it out, because so many people are like, I'm done with the show. This episode killed it for me. A lot of people can talk the talk, but at the end of the day, the numbers are what matter. Because it's kind of like, for example, it's really hard to use this analogy in the day and age we live in nowadays because albums really seem, not that big of a deal because it's more about singles. But let's kind of go back in time to I don't know. Let's just say, maybe this isn't the best example, but let's just say Thriller, because personally I think my favorite song, it depends on the day. Lord, it depends on the day. No, you know what? Better example. Off the Wall, because there are a number of people who feel Off the Wall is better than Thriller, because it's more soul and disco R&B vibe to it compared to more the pop of Thriller. Yet when you look at the sales, Off the Wall can't even compete with Thriller. But a lot of people feel like Off the Wall is the superior album. It's kind of like how I feel with this episode. Now, I praise the episode. Don't get me wrong. I'm not taking back anything I said. 8.5 score. I appreciate the changes. Yeah, it's going to take a while to get used to, but I think the new writers did what they could with where Tyler left the script, and now they're making their own story. But I feel like there were a number of episodes which deserve this 1.24 rating or higher than this particular new episode. But like I said, Off the Wall, some people may love it, but when you look at the numbers, it doesn't matter how you feel about an episode if the number is let's just say a majority of the fans do not like this new season at all. We're up to the mid-season finale. We're at episode 11. Every week, people are saying, oh, these writers don't know what they're doing. Oh, this show stinks. It isn't what it used to be. But the ratings are all like 0.9s and over 1 million. The show's going to keep going on. It doesn't matter what I say. And I got a big channel. It doesn't matter what other channels say, other blogs or whatever. If the ratings are there. Case in point, that Mindy, what's her face? The one who wrote that Vilma series that I did not watch, but people hated on it. Apparently the ratings were so good, it's getting a season 2. So it doesn't matter how bad a show is. If the ratings are there, it's going to keep going on. But like I said, I do hope the show continues to get better week to week. But a lot of people are confused, like, oh, why in the world did this episode do so great? And I'm not going to say that the numbers mean the episode was stellar. I'm not going to say that. I don't. Honestly, I don't give a crap about ratings because remember, my only rating is like my 1 to 10 score, like 1 being a low score, 10 being like a perfect episode. And I've been known to dip my toe in the negatives on some episodes of like The Oval or Sistas, depending on the situation. I do feel like this episode truly benefited from the hype. Case in point, Captain Marvel, the first Captain Marvel film, cracked $1 billion. The only reason it did that well was because it was sandwiched between Infinity War and Endgame. If it wasn't sandwiched between those two films, that movie would not have done that well. And the same can be applied to this episode. It came immediately after the season finale of season. Matter of fact, I don't even know what the ratings are for the last 3 episodes of season 6. I would love to compare them, but a 1.24 is incredible. I applaud the show for accomplishing this, but I just hope that we don't see a snowball effect where instead of the snowball getting bigger, the further it goes down the mountain, that it just gets smaller and smaller because it keeps crashing amongst like rocks and trees and all. And it's like, oh man, because I'm really worried. Like I said, the backlash from the episode was greater than the praise. Even though I will say I didn't expect that one post I made. The one with the Superman going like, cry me a river, where I just basically voiced my, personal thoughts on like, look, I don't think it's fair to go rag on the show because of one episode, give the writers a chance to cook up. Rome wasn't built in a day. Give them time to see what they're going to come up with for the season. And a couple of the writers, like Maggie Bush, and I think another 1 or 2 writers have followed me, and they even reposted the tweet and, just appreciated the kind words. But like I said, like, me, I'm going to be honest. But the thing is, I'm not going to trash on the show until I've watched more than one single episode. Like, with all the shows I've reviewed in my life here on YouTube, there have been some stinkers, but there's also been some diamonds in the rough. So trust and believe, by the time we get to the mid-season finale, if I'm not liking the season, you're going to know. And I'm not going to sit up here and trash the show. I talk about the good and the bad. So how do you feel about this particular episode doing so well? It's kind of like, is this a one-hit wonder? And will everything that the season drops from this point on be flops? Well, only time will tell. But with that being said, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video.